What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I'm here today with a review for The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 12, Episode 7, titled What Would Michelle O Do? So, you guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump into tonight's video. Alright, you guys, so let's go ahead and just jump into it. So, we're going to open up with Cynthia Bailey. So, we see Kenya, she's going to visit Cynthia. And while she's there, she and Cynthia are going to try to organize her closet so that way she can make space for, Mike Hill. And I'm not Cynthia, but Kenya's like, so are you guys engaged yet? She's like, no, we're not engaged yet, but we're talking about it. I'm like, oh my God, can this engagement come sooner rather than later? So then, we notice that Cynthia has like a lot of stuff and there's not going to be a lot of room for Mike. And I'm just like, where are you going to put his stuff at? I'm pretty sure the man has some, I'm pretty sure he has a good amount of things. So where do you expect to fit him in this equation? So then, they talk about, Cynthia brings up the fact that, Kenya did not tell her that she was coming to Marlo's party. And she was like, oh, Marlo was receptive to it. No, Marlo was not receptive to it. Marlo was a little bit, she tried to hold her composure for a minute, but eventually she lost that composure. And, so then they start to talk about Snakegate, and Cynthia said that she wanted to talk to Marlo about that, but Kenya interrupted the party, and things didn't go the way that she planned it. So then Cynthia asked Kenya, "How are things going between you and Mark right about now?" And Kenya's like, things are not good right now, but and actually, which we'll talk about that in just a few minutes. But things are not good with them, and actually, I don't know if they're good with them right now. But like I said, we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Well, actually, no, we can talk about it now. No, we'll wait. We'll wait. We'll hold off on that. So then, we also find out that, like I said, things are good between Cynthia and Mike because they're on the verge of, getting engaged. So things are looking good for those two, but not for her. So then we also see Cynthia, she and Mike are going on a double date with Mike and Eva. So, they're talking, once again, talking about, now, Mike, he did say that he's ready for marriage with Cynthia, but the thing is they got to figure out where they're gonna live. He lives in LA and she lives out there in Atlanta, so they just got to figure out what is gonna be best for those two. And then Eva brings up the whole thing about the recording, and Mike is defending his woman. He's standing up for his woman. He said he doesn't agree with whoever recorded her. But then they were talking about the whole legalities of it. I'm like, this is not going to court or nothing like that. So why are we talking about legalities when it comes to this recording? It's pretty stupid to me, if we're being honest. But let's move on, you guys. All right, so next let's move over to Candy. So we see Candy. Candy's at the crib. It's her, it's Ace, and it's Ty. Because we all know Riley is in New York with that summer internship. And, Riley calls her asking for some money to buy a vintage Fendi shirt. She was like, it's only $168. No, you can buy it with your own money, but you're not buying it with mine. So the answer is no, Riley. So then we see that so Todd left. So we find out because Karma come over, and she's telling Candy that Todd told her about buying this tractor trailer, and she's like, yeah, he bought that tractor trailer, but he also, he wants to lease another building to do an OLG breakfast. And, we also just got this Mexican restaurant that we're trying to do. So he's just doing a lot, and we have a baby on the way. And I was on her side, like, he's doing a lot, but, you guys do have a child that's on the way. So once that child gets here, that child is going to demand a lot of, attention and a lot of your time. So I don't think now would be a perfect time for you guys to try to open up any new business ventures. I think you guys are good where you are currently. So, just leave it where it is. So then, Karma asks her about, the baby's room. She says, oh yeah, we're still gonna turn Kayla's room into the baby's room. And then she's, Karma asks, so how are things with Todd and, Kayla right about now? She says things with Todd and Kayla, can't really say because right now they are not talking to each other. So, and from what I'm seeing, looks like both of them are stubborn as hell. So then we do see that Candy was getting, so Todd is out of town when Kayla's getting ready to go to New York. And so it is going to be Candy that's going to have to take Kayla to the airport, her and Ace. She asked Kayla, so, did you talk to your dad before he left town now that you're leaving? She says, they did talk. And, yeah, I think they just both stubborn. I think when they get mad at I think when one gets mad at the other, they can sense it and they be like, "Oh, you mad at me? Well, I'm gonna be mad at you," and don't really know what they're mad about. Cause I've done that quite a few times with my mom. But it is what it is. But let's move on, you guys. All right, so let's move over to Portia. So we see Portia. She's meeting up with Marlo. She's not quite sure what she and Marlo is going to be doing, and then we see Marlo pull up on one of those, those cart. Well, they're not a cart. It's like what do you call them? Yeah, well, not a cart, but those places where those mobile trucks where you can get food, but it's only one. It's one of those rooms where you pedal. So they are. It's kind of refreshing and nice to see a different side of Marlo, outside of being Nene's friend, lapdog, minion, whatever you want to call her. It's really nice to see this side of Marlo. So they just talk to each other. And, Marlo's talking about how about being open, how she feels like Nene in a group has been open about her situation with Greg, and Portia's like, I kind of disagree with you there, but girl, if that's what you want to believe, go ahead and believe that, because Marlo's also saying that Portia, she doesn't feel like Portia has been as open about her situation with Dennis than like what Nene is. But again, I'm with Portia. We can agree to disagree because I don't know if Nene was 100% open about her situation with Greg. But if that's what Marlo wants to believe, we're going to let Marlo believe what Marlo wants to believe. So then, she's talking about where's the relationship between Marlo and, not Marlo, but Nene and Portia. Portia's like, forget Nene edgeless leaks. And I just keep going back to when she called her a bald edges lie. And I can agree with Portia. Like, the whole thing with Nene is, I feel like, how can you sit there and talk about somebody's weight when you're not a size 10, a size 8, anything below, you're not in the single digits? Like, how can you judge somebody's weight? And then number two, like everybody's been saying, Portia had just given birth to, PJ. So again, you call her fat, like that is crazy as hell to me. So then, we see them, they drive by Dennis's business to get something to eat, and Marlo wants to call him, but she couldn't figure out how to do it. So then Portia calls him like, hey, we're here, and Marlo wants to tell Marlo wants her to tell him that she loves him. She's like, later. He said, I love you, Portia. She says again, later. So then, they sit down, they have a conversation about when she and Dennis went to, therapy with Dr. Sherry. And I'm like, Dr. Sherry is no help at all. But, if Portia believes in what Dr. Sherry says, I'm going to let her believe in what Dr. Sherry says. But from what I saw, Dr. Sherry ain't good for shit. So speaking of Dennis and Portia and Dr. Sherry, we see them at Dr. Sherry's office. So, Portia's just sitting down talking, and Dennis says he made a mistake. And I'm like, a mistake? Your pregnant fiance who's carrying your baby, and you out here flirting with another girl, trying to have sex with another girl, and that's a mistake? I was with Portia. That is not a mistake. Please stop saying that was a mistake. Yeah, bro, that wasn't no mistake. Like, that was not a mistake. And then, she's talking about how she saw the text messages after she had given birth. And, he was talking about how they didn't have sex during the pregnancy. She said, we had sex. It might not have been to his liking, but they definitely had sex. And I'm like, so you want to sit here? Because from the start of it, it sounded like he was placing blame on Portia. So then he's talking about how they went through postpartum together. Okay, if you went through all this stuff with her, why would you then go out and cheat on her? That's stupid to me. And what else is stupid to me is, why are we sitting here in Dr. Sherry's office? Dr. Sherry didn't offer not one good bit of advice. I mean, she didn't. They would have been better off talking to a brick wall than Dr. Sherry. But, that's just my personal standpoint on it. But, let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys. So we're gonna breeze through Nene because it wasn't very much with Nene. I've been hearing some reports that I think that they're trying to phase Nene out of the show a little bit because if you guys notice, with these episodes with Nene in it, we don't have a lot from her. So, and you all know that last weekend she saw on Watch What Happens Live when Andy was talking about her confessional look, her post interview look, whatever you want to call it. He was talking about how she wore that when she was in LA at that big reveal show, and the strap broke, and she didn't like that. So then there have been a lot of reports that she's been fired from the show. There are a lot of reports, just a lot of reports about her and her status with the show. Can I see it? Absolutely. I feel like Bravo might be getting tired of Nene and the fact that she feels like she is invincible. Nobody can touch her. I felt they're getting tired of her with that. And more specifically, I feel like Andy could be getting tired of it. But so yeah, and I also wonder if you guys don't watch Orange County. This season they're just wrapping up now. Vicky Gunvalson, who has been on the show since season 1, they actually demoted her to a friend of the Housewives this season. So I wonder if they could be doing the same thing with Nene. We'll see. We'll see. Because I do know that when it comes to the OGs of the Housewives, they do pay a lot of money to keep them on. They do pay a lot of money. Like they pay Nene a lot of money. They pay Vicky a hell of a lot of money. They also pay Candy. Now on Atlanta, the funny thing is that I keep hearing is Candy is the highest paid on the Atlanta franchise and not Nene. So, it could just, like I said, it could just be the fact that they're just over Nene and her antics. But Nene has her life coach over who looks like a younger Pam Bentley from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, with the big nose ring, with the lip ring, with the wig with no part and no scalp at all. So, they're just talking about, Nene, her favorite subject. And she's talking about, so she actually was talking about, what was she talking about first? She was talking about Greg and how they had a conversation and how she wanted him to admit to some things. And I'm like, what did you want this man to admit to who was sick? So then she talks about, Marlo's party and how the fact that Kenya showed up and Kenya started doing this stuff and she had to leave because she felt like she was going to say some words to Kenya. Whatever, Nene. Who cares? Kenya was not doing anything to you. Yes, Marlo is your friend, but that didn't have shit to do with you. Okay? Okay. So then, she's talking about how Tanya sat down with her and Tanya told her about them going to Toronto. And she's not quite sure she wants to go to Toronto because this will be the first time that she saw all the girls. And, she just wants to get away from all the drama and everything. And then she's talking about she wants a sisterhood. And I'm just like, a sisterhood, but you call Portia fat. A girl who just gave birth to a baby, but you call her fat. And then, she's talking about how, if she sits down with the girls, and if she's apologizing, she wants to know what she's apologizing for. I can tell you what you're apologizing for with Portia, calling her fat and just had a baby. For Cynthia, for jumping off at her for no fucking reason because Kenya came to her party that was childish and that was stupid as fuck. For Candy, for dismissing her at the reunion. You don't owe Eva I love Eva, but I don't feel like she owes Eva an apology. That whole mic thing, her whole microphone being on, wasn't a big deal, but I understood why Eva was upset. So yeah, that's it. You don't owe Kenya an apology, but I think when it comes down to you and Kenya, and I actually think that I'm not gonna say the beef is one-sided, but at first it started out as a one-sided beef because Nene had an issue with Kenya because of that that IG post or Snapchat post, whichever one it was that Kenya posted last year. So it was one-sided, but now it's not one-sided because of the drama that's happened behind the scenes that we haven't gotten to yet in this season. But, it is what it is. And let's move on, you guys. All right, and then lastly, we're going to wrap things up with Kenya. Now, Kenya didn't have a lot in this episode as well, but Kenya's scene, it was interesting, and it was I ain't gonna say it was really eye-opening. It was well, it kind of was eye-opening. So Kenya went to a lawyer because she wants to now, protect her assets, in case I'm pretty sure she's protecting her assets in case things don't go well in her marriage with Mark. So, you know, she wants to protect her assets for Brooklyn, you know, in case something happens to her, which is a good thing. And you know, because Kenya is a woman of a certain age, so I'm not gonna sit here and be like, you know, she shouldn't be doing this. Yes, she's a woman of a certain age, so anything can happen. But anything can happen when you're younger. But it is, you know, it is smart even for older and older parents and young parents. It's smart on both ends to make sure that you have everything covered in case something happens to you, because life every day is not promised to us. So just make sure if you can, take care of what you need to take care of. Like my mom had a life insurance policy for as long as I can remember. She had a life insurance policy when I was a little bitty boy, and my mom was in her 50s. So, you know, like I said, she had her life insurance policy, and thankfully she kept up with her life insurance policy, because that was the only way that I was able to bury her, with her life insurance, because it it was helpful. Promise you it was helpful. And she had two of them. Whew. Because her funeral costs a lot of it. A funeral is expensive as fuck. But you know, yeah, she just wants to, you know, she wants to protect her assets. She also lets us know that when she and Mark got married, he didn't want to sign a prenup, and I'm sitting here thinking, why would you guys not want to sign? I get that people think that that's, oh, you know, they're saying that we don't really have faith in our marriage. It's not saying that you don't have faith in your marriage. It's saying that if something were to happen, hopefully nothing happens, but if it were to happen, at least we have this piece of paper, ironclad, that neither one of us can say, nope, I didn't agree to that, nope, I didn't agree to that, da 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 da. It can't be that, because you signed it. Like what I came into this marriage with, I leave with. What you came to the marriage with, I leave with. What I've acquired while we're in a marriage, you don't get. Simple as that. So, you know, and it is simple as that. If I had money, I would definitely want someone to sign a prenup. And I'm not saying, hey, that I don't love you, or hey, I don't believe in the faith of us. What I'm saying is, I want to protect myself and I want to protect you. I don't want us, if God forbid we work to get a divorce, I don't want us in court fighting over what is what. Like, I just don't believe it. I just wouldn't want that. So, you know, I definitely get it. But Kenya, so the lady was talking to her about doing a will. But Kenya said she didn't want to do a will. And I'm like, why don't you want to do a will? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, not wanting to do a will. So the one was like, okay, so we can do a trust. But the thing with the trust is, it could end up in probate court, and also your husband and your daughter could split your assets. So, you know, it's a give and take. It's a catch-22, basically. So, and she says, you know, sometimes it is good to have the trust, but also have the will to back it up. Because in a will, it announces who is your beneficiary. It just announces a lot of things. So, you know, we'll see what Kenya decides to do. Kenya was on Watch What Happens Live tonight with Quad from Married to Medicine, which we'll talk about that in the Married to... Nope. Should we talk about that now or in the Married to Medicine video? I think I have it. I think I have it to talk about it in my Marriage to Medicine notes. Yeah, I do have it in my Marriage to Medicine notes, because it's going to be one of the first things I'll talk about. But we'll talk about that. But we also did find out, because, you know, they asked the question of what is the status of she and Mark right now. She said they're not separated legally. They're not separated. And that also Mark has, you know, Brooklyn. I don't know why he has Brooklyn, because she's in New York right now. Because Watch What Happens Live is in New York and he's in New York. And that's the other thing with their marriage. Like, how do y'all do that? How do y'all parent in different states? He's in New York, you're in Atlanta. How do y'all do that? But that was it, you guys, for Real Housewives of Atlanta. So be sure to like this video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification button so you guys know when I drop anything. Share the video, and I will see you guys for Married to Medicine.